This is one of the styles that you can't stop watching over and over again, and you are wondering how that draping at the shoulder was made. That draping is the beauty of this gown. Okay, so let's go ahead and watch the tutorial to see how it was made. Enjoy your viewing. Okay, good evening, beautiful people. So how are we all doing today? We are making this tutorial, this particular gown we are seeing. Please give me the tutorial ruler I used to use. Just throw it. Okay, so we are going to be making this beautiful gown that you are seeing here on the screen, right? So, and this is the gown we have already plotted it because of our style. So this particular gown, the sleeve shouldn't be a problem, but if you want me to plot, we all know that data now is expensive. So in all I'm doing, I try to reduce my video duration, so anybody can easily access my tutorial. And if you go through the video 2 or 3 times, honestly, you'll be fine. Okay, there's no need of me making my tutorials very long, and then at the end of the day you can't even watch all the parts. You'll be jumping because it's too long, because I'm looking for it to be detailed. So, and I like making my tutorials that is the one you want, I will make for you. So if you need a tutorial for the sleeve, let me know. But the sleeve is very simple. Just cut your normal sleeve pattern, long length. It doesn't really need to be tight. So because it doesn't need to be tight, it's just a straight sleeve, but towards the wrist area you have to open up. If you need a tutorial on that, let me know. But for now, the reason I'm making this tutorial is because of the bodies of the gown and that shoulder part that has that draping. If you look at that shoulder part, you will see that that piece of fabric that dropped was not attached. It came with this fabric the way it is. How come? That's the essence of this tutorial. I want you to be able to get that part perfectly well, like a pro. So if you look at the front pattern, there is no dart on that sleeve, that gown. There is no dart in front. They didn't show us the back, but let me tell you a secret. Now the front part, there is a dart. The back part, there is a dart. But what they did for the front part is eliminating the dart, and you can only do that by the sides. Do not say because you did not put that, you are not seeing that, you go and make your own. It will just be looking straight. There is a dart, it was eliminated by the side. So you are going to measure bust span. So you will measure your bust span, which is somewhere here. Okay, still measure the bust span here. Just put your normal darts. I want to show you how to eliminate this dart. Okay, and you know that the dart leg is supposed to end somewhere around here for a gown, and somewhere around here I want to assume, and it came this way, and it came this way, it came this way, and it came this way, right? Now that same place where it ended, mark it here. That same place where it ended here, end it here, mark it here. Okay, so that you know where you are stopping and where you are ending, starting and where you are ending. Now if it was 1 inch here, that's half inch, come in here by 1 inch. Okay, when you do that, then plot like so and like so. Okay, by the time you trim out, you see you have trimmed out this dart. It's still the same thing, just that the dart leg is not showing here. So that's how to do that elimination for whatsoever you are making. You can use it for trouser, you can use it for top, you can use it for gown. So some gowns you see online and you will see that, you'll be wondering how they get that perfect fitting. Sometimes is that elimination, though sometimes due to the figure of the person you can actually forget about that. Okay, but I like putting that even when the gown is free. I like putting that. It gives this figure this shape. Now for the back pattern, you can either decide to use this elimination steel, or you put your dart. That one is at the back, nobody is seeing whatever is happening there. Okay, but for this front, the dart was very, very necessary. Now even if you don't want to put this waist dart, you can put bust dart just to give a little bit of shape to what you are making. It will go a long way. Now that's that for the gown, making of the gown. Now I've finished plotting my gown, so I'm going to cut out, just for beginners that are amongst us, because so many people have said it's like I don't work with beginners. That's not true. Then whenever I'm making a tutorial and you know that okay, you are not following, please in the comment section tell me where you are not following. I will explain, or I will have to redo it. If I make a tutorial and you don't understand what's down the essence, you just wasted your data and I wasted my own time. So please, I need you people in the comment section to always let me know that okay, I'm doing well. That's the only way I can continue. And so many people on my channel, you and I will agree, you said you don't have money to pay for a conventional study in any roadside or maybe in a fashion school, and then you're online. Why won't you buy data and take out your time to watch these videos? It will do you a lot of good. So let's go right into this tutorial, and I'll be cutting out my pattern. Okay, I said I want, so depending on how low you want your neckline to be, I chose to come down by 3 inches. Then the neck width is 3 inches too. Now, or maybe 2.5, depending on the person's body size. I slanted my shoulder by 1 inch. I told you our shoulder is not straight. I came in by half inch at the midpoint, and then I curved that. I marked my bust line divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. But these 2 inches and 1 allowance I always used to put in my sewing. It's for beginners. Yes, if I'm the one, I won't make it up to 2 inches. But if you are a beginner, please use 2 inches to be sure. When you no go sew and finish, the person go tell you say it's too tight. You don't condemn the cloth, except if you are very creative and you know how to go around it. This is my waist point divided by 4 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Hip line divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Then you still bring down the same thing for the hem area. But remind you, is either you make it A line or you put a slit at the back. So this particular one I'm making is going to have a slit at the back. Okay, so there's something else I wanted to talk about now, the waistline. For this kind of style, since it's ready to wear, you don't know who is going to wear it. I always advise people, there's a trick we always use. You come up, if your normal, if the person you are measuring, if sewing for, if the person's normal waistline is 16 inches, okay, from shoulder to waistline 16 inches, make it 15, come up by 15 inches. That way the figure will be perfect. Then let's go straight over to the shoulder, where is the major problem that we are working on. Now, we are going to be extending this front pattern. As you can see, we are going to be extending this front pattern, but we are still going to join front and back. How come? That's what I want to show you now. Now, if you observe, that draping is only on one side, which is the left side of the garment. Let me cut this out so that we can be seeing well. So this is my front pattern, and I'm now saying the back pattern is going to look like this, right? And was joined here. How come that draping fell to the back? That's what I want us to know now. So what you are going to do is, and you can always use this for any drapings that you are going. There's a top I'm going to be making. By the time you watch this and you watch that top I'm going to be releasing tomorrow, you will understand where, whenever there's an extension like this, you will understand what you are to do. End it like 2 to 3 inches above the bust point. We are not going to mark here because this place does not have a problem. We're only going to mark on the side that has problem. You mark to this end. Can you see what I'm doing? you mark to this end. You can slash as many as you want. Now you cut it open. In a way that it will relax. Okay? Slash it in a way that it will relax. Open it properly. Open it very well. Like this is okay. Now you take another piece of fabric, piece of paper. Depending on the length of the piece you want at the back. Okay, can you see what I did? Just open it up. You can slash as many as you want, but for a beginner, I will advise that you slash small so that you'll be able to coordinate this shoulder, that place you slash, because at the end of this, whatever we are doing, we are still going to bring it back this way. Do you understand? So we are not going to slash like this. Can you see? Like this. You pin it down and then you just extend it anyhow you want. The length that you want, you extend it. Do you understand? Now you are going to pin it down. Then you cut out. Can you see? Can you see it now? So at the end of the day, you will decide either you want to cut a facing for it, or you just want to weave industrial weaving. Okay, but I will prefer you turn it with a facing, cut a facing for it, so that the draping will have strength. Now you have to return this shoulder to this place, and for us to do that, you will make it this way. Can you see? So now when you bring it back, you will stitch it down. Okay, bend this one like this, stitch it down. This is when you can now attach the back pattern to this side. Do you understand? Bear it in mind that it won't be that smooth, but don't bother about it because it's going to drop. This one is going to drop to cover whatsoever problem that you are going to be experiencing. So nobody will really pay attention to what happened there, but at the end of the day, make sure you weave it. Can you see? This is how it's going to look like. This is how it's going to look like. It will fold along the armhole. Can you see? It's going to fold along the armhole, giving room for that style you are seeing to form out here. So you bend this one like so. Okay, stitch it together here and attach the back bodies. That's all. That is the only difficult thing. And then allow this one to fold. Do you see how it folded around this armhole line? It's definitely going to fold like this around the armhole. So don't bother about it. Do you understand? So you attach the back pattern to the front pattern and then turn it back, and then this one will drop. Now your choice of the shape you want for this one is totally yours. If you want it to flay out, it's when you are joining it here that you mark out what you want. If you want to be a straight piece like what you're seeing in the picture, this is it right here. But if you want it to flay out, so it's you that knows how you want to cut it. Cut it anyhow you want. But all I want you to know is that after cutting, bend it this way so that you'll be seeing the original shoulder. That place you slitted, join it back. This is your shoulder. Make sure it's the same length with this one. Join it back. Stitch it down. You'll be able to stitch it when you cut it on your fabric. You'll see it. Stitch it back. Then attach the back pattern to it. Stitch it and let it drop. And that is basically all. Okay, if there's any part you don't understand, drop it in the comment section. If you want me to cut it on a mini fabric, drop it in the comment section. But if you understood, if I don't see any comment on it, I want to believe that you understand, so I'll be moving to the next tutorial. This is for my Muslim sisters that loves wearing abaya. Okay, see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.